Hi, Powerifics. This is part two.
Part two.
And part two, we're talking about depression. You know, this is very, I won't say difficult. In some ways it is.
Uncomfortable.
It is uncomfortable for me. But I experienced depression. I had it ever since I was, oh my gosh, young, very, very young. I want to say 7, maybe 9. But at that moment when I was at that age, I didn't know that I had depression because my family, they was always supporters, and as our family, we always like happy and giddy.
Yeah.
So I really didn't notice that I had depression because it would be an on-off state, you know, for me. It wasn't like, oh, I always had depression, you know, and I always buried in it. But it was always, like I said, an on-off state. So as I got older, when I was in high school, I realized that depression just grew as a seed, you know, and I started to, it make me want to cry, but I seen myself in other people's mirror, if I could say it like that, you know, where I would take on other people's opinions and take it as my identity. And I would say, oh, so I'm not like that? No, I'm not like this? Oh, why they don't like me? Why I can't fit in like them? You know, and that would be my sayings, my thoughts, you know, it's really difficult. But that would be my thoughts in high school. And I'm choking up, but
thank you, Lord.
But I remember I would write poems, you know, and the poems would be so dark. And I was a writer then, but I really didn't realize that I was a full writer. But I would write dark poems because I felt like people, you know, they didn't want me, you know, I felt as if nobody in high school wanted me, that means nobody wanted me, you know. And then I would try to, I would literally block people out of my life, you know, because I would say, okay, since this person did me wrong, nobody is right. And even all of the people that was right, you know, in my life, like, I had a best friend named Bing. He was an awesome friend to me. You know, my sister was always a supporter. All my family was too. You know, but I blocked, like I told you, I blocked them all out because I figured, like, you know, nobody cared. You know, that's how I looked at life. Nobody cared. And then after high school, the seed just grew even more. You know, it grew even more, and I was in a state of, I was in college then, and then I got out of college because I really didn't know really direction to take at that moment, because I'm like, okay, what should I do next? You know, but I worked at this job. I'm not going to state the name of it, but I worked at this job, and this job, it made the depression grow even more because I realized, like, I took on the opinions of more people, and I looked at it as my identity again. And then my heart just grew even deeper into depression, and my heart was done. It was done, completely done. And I would put a smile on my face as if, like, oh, everything is happy, you know, la 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 la. But everything wasn't. No, and then I hid all of those hurts that I had in myself. You know, I didn't like who I was. And like I said, it just grew even more. And then, so after me and my sister was at that job that we worked, the father sent us to my mom's thrift store. And there, even all this time, I didn't realize who God was. I didn't know him. I really didn't. I was in church my whole life, and I didn't even know God. And I allowed depression to take over me. And at this point now, it wasn't just depression. Like my sister says, bitterness, doubt of God's word, anger. I was so angry and jealous, of other people's happiness because I wanted that happiness. I knew I had it, when I was younger, but I wanted it. I desired happiness and joy, and true love, that somebody actually loved me. And at this moment, when I was at my mom's thrift store where we at now, the Father had to take me into this place for me to realize all the hurt that I had gone through, and allow me to see myself the way that He sees me. I had to literally take a mirror and look at myself and say, wow, look at me now. Like, I'm a wreck. I am a wreck.
Oh, wow.
And my sister, she used to be giddy a lot, and I wanted that giddiness. I used to be jealous of it because I'm like, I want to be that happy again. I want to be that little kid and be happy, and I don't have that. I don't have it. Sorry.
That's okay. Thank you, Lord. Thank you, Lord.
And so I was in this place, and I got to the point to where I'm like, I just want to end it. Nobody wants me. Nobody really cares. And then people, some people, they would compliment me, and I didn't even take it. I didn't even take it because I looked at all the negative more than, the positive. And I remember I was at the job at the thrift store, and I'm like, I'm done. I'm done with this life. I don't even want it anymore because nobody cares. Who cares? And at that moment, it seemed like nobody did care, but I was like, I'm done. So I went downstairs, to the storage room where we keep all our storage, and I knew at a thrift store they carry everything, and I knew they would carry a rope, so I went downstairs and I was like, I am done. I'm very done. And I remember this voice was heavy in my thoughts. It was like, you can end it right now. It's a rope over, and somewhere it's a rope in here. And I seen, I seen where I could hang myself. I seen, the part where I could actually do it. And I was like, I could hang myself right now. And what stopped me, because the Father knew I would do it. I was this close to just ending it, getting a rope, hanging myself, and it'll be done. And I knew everybody would be downstairs and they'd see me hung. But what stopped me was my mom called my name, and she's like, Paris, as if she knew something was wrong.
Yes.
And later she did tell me that she seen suicide on my face. She's seen it. And it made me to know, like, wow, she cared about me. Yes. She actually cared. And I ran upstairs like I was a little kid again, because I'm like, wow, somebody actually cared about me. And at that moment, I had to realize God's love, because, like I told you, I didn't know God. I was in the church ever since I was a baby. I was born into church, and I didn't know God. And I thought I knew Him. I thought I did, but I didn't. And that's when God started to overwhelm me with His love. I actually knew what love felt like. When I gave Him my depression, I said, Father, I give you my depression. I did have to go into a process of Him mending me, where I had to I cried nights, long nights, where the hurt was just unbearable, and I'm just like, this is just taking forever. This hurt's taking forever. But he had to show me, like, I love you. I loved you even when you was going to hang yourself. You know, the many times you almost, because it was many times more than that, you know, where I wanted to just end it, you know, but he had to show me that he actually loved me even when I was going to do all of those things, you know, or when I made my mistakes, you know, and I took those hurts as my identity. He loved me even in spite of that. And any person that has depression, you know, I would tell you to go to God.
Yes.
Because he loves you that much. He loves you and he truly cares. He loves you so much. You don't even know how much he loves you. You looking at your hurts. I can tell you because I had depression. You looking at your hurts. You looking at the thoughts that come to your mind, because it was a lot of thoughts that came to my mind, like, they don't like you. They don't love you. Everybody's so against you. You know, another thought would, that would come to my mind is, end it all. You can commit suicide. You can do it right there. You can do it right there. You can do it this way. You know,
and it's voices that you hear, the ones that you listen to, the voices that you're listening to, it's going to be stronger. The depression voices were stronger and more louder to her because those are the ones she listened to on a daily basis. But if you listen to positive ones, or you, once you start to, when you're trying to not have depression anymore, and
like
healing out, you know, turning to a positive voice, or turn to some positive instead of listening to that voice. Eventually that voice is going to die down and eventually diminish, and then you're going to know that it's that voice.
And surrounding yourself with people that, you know, like she said, are positive, because my sister actually helped me a lot, you know, during that process, because not only I had to find out, you know, how God loves me so much, you know, even in that, you know, he had to send me peers. She had helped me through it, you know, when I was in my depression mode, you know, and I had to listen to that positive over and over, and it does take a process, you know, because since you listen to those negative voices for a long time, like she have said, you are going through a fight. It's truly a fight listening to positive people. It truly is. You know, and it did take a while, but keep fighting through it. Don't stop. You can conquer it. You know, you can conquer those voices that come to your mind louder than yourself. You know, you can actually conquer it, and just keep listening to positive. You have to listen to this over and over. Listen to it.
Because we care about you. If you don't feel right now that anyone doesn't care about you on this day,
we love you.
We
truly love you, and we know what you're going through right now. If you do have depression, and like she said, fear, you know, or worry, or doubt, or bitterness, or jealousy, we know how you feel because we experienced that, and we actually love you. That's why we're doing this video, is because we love you so much, and we want to see you come out of that, so you can help other people. And my story and her story is actually a helper, you know, to other people, and your story shall do the same to help other people
come
out of their dilemma.
Out.
You know,
because I had depression at a certain period of time, probably maybe 3 or I want to say probably 3 or 4 years ago, maybe. I had depression, and I didn't even realize, you know, what my sister have gone through. As a younger person in church, I did actually grasp a relationship with God. Like, I actually knew, you know, I had a relationship with God where I you know God.
Yeah, she did know more than I did.
God revealed His word to me, you know, and even in that, you know, I will touch bases on that too. Is that even in having the knowledge of God, don't go in pride, okay? But knowing God and knowing His Word, He revealed His Word. And I thank God for my mom, because she's a big part, as well as my former pastor and his wife was a great help to that, as well as our pastors now are great help. But I thank God, because, and then during those years, and sorry that this is long, we didn't mean to go into this, but
it's awesome.
It is, because it's helping you guys, and that's what we're here for, is to help. I have gone through depression and just different things in my life, like my sister said, it seemed like people didn't even want to be around us anymore, or the enemy would, his lies would be like, oh yeah, they growing way bigger and better than you, and you don't know nothing. He will constantly talk to your mind. Those thoughts that come to your mind, 9 times out of 10 is probably the enemy. God's voice when you hear it. You know God's voice when you hear it. So I just listened to those voices. That's how I know about those voices, because I had listening to those voices until I had those voices be my own, and it's going to talk like it's actually you, right? And it's really not. Those are lies. Those are lies, and it's going to tell you to do certain things, like how she said, the suicide thing, or
I just thought of this, like, I'm sorry, when I was in that place of depression, I would pluck my eyebrows.
Yes,
I'll pluck my eyebrows, and I'm like, oh, they don't like me. And I'll pluck all my eyebrows out.
Yes.
And it's like small things like that will lead up to the bigger thing when you're trying to kill yourself or something. That was one thing that I did do that was a sign, but I don't think anybody,
because that was
really
like anxiety or something. It being in that state of mind, like a person like me, like how she said, I was always like a giddy person. Like I was always happy. Actually, my brother used to talk about me, because how I used to walk, and I used to be like, hi, to everybody. But when I got into that place, that dark place of being in depression, I was in like a resentment. Like, you do shut people out, because even if they try to compliment you, you shut those compliments out, because you take the negative more than a positive, and you be like, you're right. You take it as that, you're right. And it actually, they are trying to help you, but you don't see that help, because all you see is depression, or I'm in this low slate, of mine. Oh, I'm in this situation right now. But you don't look at your future. Like, you coming out of this, and you don't see none of that. So I'll never forget. I'll be at the store, and this was a few years ago. Okay, and I would be at a really low state where, even with customers, like, I never forget, I didn't start that way, but eventually it led up to that way, and my whole demeanor was sadness. And when I would look at other people when they were happy and laughing, I would look at them and be like, cling to them, because cling on to their happiness, and that's what my sister actually helped me during that, because I clinged on to her happiness, and also different family members, I clinged on to their happiness and their joy when they did something, or whenever they jump, I'll jump, because I was clinging on to, their joy, their happiness, and which made me, I would get characteristics of them, not myself, but I would get characteristics of them. I'll never forget, I had times where I attempted to try to kill myself, and but the Holy Spirit be like, really, like, you're right, and I just have to say, have to just put it down, like okay, I can't do this, because if we would have went through with that, we wouldn't have told you guys about our story.
Yeah.
You might be at this state now,
right? But you would not stay there.
No,
and
during that time it was chaotic. I literally thought I lost my mind, and I have a testimony probably coming out with that. But I literally felt like I lost it, like I didn't have a mind at all.
You feel like that. You do feel like you have bipolar.
Exactly. You feel like that.
I'm going this way, but my body's going this way.
Yeah.
Or
you're an emotional wreck.
Yeah,
like you literally
really
are
know.
a wreck. You don't know what you're doing.
Yeah.
You all over the place. And it only takes God. It takes God, to take you out of that. And God had to heal me from that, because again, it was caused by hurts and pains, even what others have done. But all of that actually is a testimony and actually is going to be a testimony once you come out of it. You don't know why you're going through those things.
Yeah.
And it's going to seem like you're getting pushed and pulled,
right.
And people stomping on you. It's going to feel like that. But all of that, you don't see it now.
Yeah.
You don't see it now. But all of that is helping you to reach your next level, because you are coming out of it.
Yes.
You are coming out of it. If you are watching this and you are going through things in your life, chaotic, everything, it seems like it is all over the place. It seems like nothing's going right for you. It seems like they don't like me. This person don't like me. Love God.
Yes.
Love yourself.
Yes.
Love yourself. We'll be talking about that in our part 3.
Please love yourself.
But love yourself.
Yes.
Love yourself. Because nobody's not going to take the time to say, hey, I love that about you. I love that about you. Unless they're trying to help you, of course. They will say that. But take time to love yourself and know who you are. Who you are in Christ. When you are in Christ, you have so many blessings and promises that God has for us. Okay, we done here because we going into our part 3.
That is our story on depression.
Oh my Lord!
And I hope that you learned something and
you
take in, what we have said, because we love you. We actually do. We do. That's why we're doing this video, is because we love you. We want you to get out of depression, get out of bitterness, get out of fear, get out of doubt. We want to see that. And write back to us. Comment below. If this video helped you.
If this helped you guys.
Yeah.
Because we want, and share with us, what do you want us to talk about?
Yeah. If you want more videos like this where we're chit chatting.
Yeah.
Comment below, like my sister had mentioned. And tell us, because we want to know what you like and what you want to hear.
Yes.
So this is P to the T time. I'm Paris,
and we're going to part 2.
3.
3.
I said what she said. Part 3. All right.
3.
See ya. Pause.